Today I gotta look through the ads to plan Thanksgiving dinner. Hold on, let me move my chair. Okay. So I thought I would look through and we can kind of like circle the things we might want to get and write down a list. I have a grocery store and then Trader Joe's. This will be also, tell you how I make things. So if you are a person who doesn't love to cook or is a little intimidated by the whole thing, I'll tell you how to do it on the cheap, but also easy. Oh my gosh, if you guys can hear all that noise, they are absolutely tearing apart. I told you in a recent video that I was trapped because they tore up the street in front of my house. Well, they're doing it again, except now they've torn up the whole street and there are all these cars up and down. I'm not really sure why. So there is a lot of noise. I didn't want to keep waiting to do a video, so we're just gonna go with it and hopefully it won't bother you. I do have my car parked down the street now, so I'm not stuck. So I will maybe go grocery shopping. I might wait till tomorrow, I don't know, but I want to start making a list. So I used to make sort of gourmet food, like I can cook if I want. And I used to make nice homemade this and homemade that, baking cornbread to make the stuffing to make, whatever. Green beans almondine with garlic and almonds, and I do like a lovely roasted Brussels sprout. I still might do that. But what I realized is my dear children, my boys, they want old-fashioned, classic American canned Thanksgiving. So that's what I do now, and guess what? Everybody loves it. It's easy, it's cheap, and really, recently it's just been just my family, just the 5 of us. We haven't been getting together, so I'm going to just talk about that. Okay, so let's see. They have a turkey for 99 cents a pound. That's probably a pretty good price, but to be honest, I've been just getting the turkey breast, even though it's more expensive. We just aren't really dark meat eaters. Like my sister thinks that's blasphemy. She loves the dark meat, but I felt guilty because I wouldn't even like using it in soup. I just don't like the taste of it. So we've just been doing turkey breast. Celery, I'm not going to get that here. I'll tell you where I'm going to get that later. Okay, stovetop. It's okay. I actually like the Pepperidge Farm. It comes in a bag. It's just basically breadcrumbs with a little bit of spice in it. Or sometimes I just do bread, but we're going to go as simple as possible. So let's go ahead and write down because I just want to start this. Okay, turkey breast. Obviously, I got to get. But if you don't write it down, normally I don't take a list, but with Thanksgiving dinner I do because I swear I get home and I go, oh no, I didn't get the Pepperidge. How do you spell Pepperidge? Pepperidge Farm, probably. Stuffing. Do you call it stuffing or dressing? I do it, where you serve. It's not necessarily homeless, but people who can't get out, who don't have anybody to cook for them. And a lot of old people call it dressing instead of stuffing, which anyway, all right, yams. I call these sweet potatoes, but I definitely buy a bunch of sweet potatoes. So we will get that. Sweet potato, just like that. I was going to do a Dan Quayle there. All right, so we're definitely getting those. This is a maybe. Chicken broth. I might get chicken broth. I don't think I'll get this brand. I don't know. I think that I might get over here. Okay, here we go. Classic. Green beans. I like not the French cut, but the regular cut green beans. Definitely 2 cans. Maybe 3. Cream of mushroom soup. 100%. And I make that exact thing, except I put onions all over the whole whole entire top of it. So, green. Yes, I do think these canned green beans are pretty nasty. But I'm telling you, everybody loves them. And when you mix them in with your, you take a bite with a little bit of everything, it is good. Cream mushroom and fried. We got to get these crunchy fried onions. I'm surprised they don't have that. Fried onion. So it's so simple. They try to make it harder if you read the recipe. This is how I do it. I get a pan. Boop, boop, boop. I put the soup in there. And you can, if you don't like mushrooms, you can use cream of chicken soup. It's fine. But I use cream mushroom soup. I'm trying to remember what I do. I think the recipe says soy sauce, but this is salty, so I don't really know why you'd use soy sauce. I don't. I do think sometimes if it seems like a little thin, I'll use a little sour cream, but maybe not. I feel like it's just green beans and the soup, and you mix it up and put it in there. And then the recipe on the can, I think they say cook it for a while, take it out, add the onions. I just stir those stinking onions, completely cover it. So many onions, because that's my boy's favorite part. And then I just, about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes before dinner's served, pop in the oven, and it heats it all up. Oh, it's yummy. Now, as far as stuffing goes, I get, like I said, like the Pepperidge Farm stuffing, but I do dress it up a little bit. I take either a Morningstar Farm breakfast sausage or a chicken sausage, just because I don't like greasy sausage. And then onion and apple. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I know. I'll mention something at Trader Joe's if I remember. But and I just sort of cook that for a few minutes, and then put the stuffing mix in, and a bunch of as much broth as it takes to get it really pretty wet, kind of wet, and put that all in a dish. And then I put it in the same time, maybe a little bit before I put the green beans in. So you have to have pretty big onion oven. But anyway, and that's delicious. Okay, the sweet potatoes, I peel a lot of sweet potatoes. I have to make a lot because everybody loves it. So I peel tons of sweet potatoes, and then put them in some boiling water until they're soft. Drain them, take them out, mash them. If you want, you can add butter and milk like you would a mashed potato, or you could add, I usually put some cinnamon, maybe a little bit of nutmeg, butter, maybe a little bit of milk just to make it, but not too much. And then if you want it to be more firm, you can add an egg and mix it with a beater till it's real smooth. And then you put it in a big casserole dish. And what I do, because there is some, arguments in the family over whether they like, my husband, his mom would always make it with marshmallows on it. I think that's gross. I like mine with pecans with cinnamon and butter. So I do it half and half. I do marshmallows on this side, and I usually use mini marshmallows. And then on this side, I don't do like this little bit. I coat it. It's covered in pecans with butter and cinnamon and brown sugar, just kind of all mixed up. And then sometimes I'll put an egg in there too and put that on top so that it's almost like a pecan pie on there. Oh, it's yummy. Okay, King's Hawaiian rolls. I think my kids like those. I think they're too sweet. I like a regular roll, but I don't really care because I'm usually so full. I'm not going to waste my space on bread. So I swear some Thanksgivings, I don't even remember to cook these. But the day after for leftovers, everybody likes them to make sandwiches. And believe me, I make enough food to guarantee. Last year there weren't enough leftovers and everybody was distraught. Good grief. All right, this is kind of a fun little snack for, we eat our dinner at 4, and I try to make sure, I tell everybody, don't eat till 4. Well, they run a 5K in the morning, and I usually go hiking, so that doesn't really happen. But if you get like cream cheese and maybe artichokes or spinach and sour cream, you can make like a dip. So I don't know, usually we'll have like cheese and crackers or something earlier in the day. I don't know about Sara Lee pies. Butter, yeah, I probably do need some kind of butter. So I will put that down here because it's not like a butter. I think I have cinnamon. I know I have brown sugar. I might need a little vanilla. Sometimes in the sweet potatoes, I might put a little vanilla. Depends on my mood. I am not a person who follows recipes. I just cook from the heart with love. Okay. I have salt. All right. Next page. What do we? Oh my God. Okay. What do we have here? Ham. No, I'm not doing ham. Whipped cream. Okay. I'll tell you what's easy and seems kind of elegant. If you buy whipping cream, it's in a carton with the milk. It's full cream, heavy cream they call it. You buy that, you get a mixing bowl and get it cold. You want it to be cold. So put it in the refrigerator, get it cold. Take it out, you pour the whipping cream in there with a little bit of powdered sugar. And then just with a blend or mixer, mix it, and it'll whip up, and it'll be the most delicious whipped cream. You could add a tiny bit of vanilla if you want, or if you want to go crazy, you could add, some people like a cinnamon whipped cream or whatever. I don't need that, but anyway, these are fine though. These are good too. But I'm telling you, if you do that, if you're like trying to impress, people are always impressed by that. It's the easiest thing in the world. Okay, pies. I probably will buy some kind of pie this year because I hate making pies. It's tedious. I'm not interested. I used to make apple pies and pecan pies and pumpkin pie. I used to make 3 pies. But I don't know. I've lost some of my patience with that. But I think I like Marie Callender's. And our local, not this grocery store, but a different one, has a pecan pie that's like small. That's good because we don't need that much pie. To be honest, we're not big sweet. I mean, yeah, we don't need that much sweets. Okay. What else do we have here? Mayonnaise. I don't need that. DiGiorno. I've never had this DiGiorno, but I just saw some article that said this is the best frozen pizza. And so I was at Rite Aid yesterday, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll try that. And it was $10 at Rite Aid. But here it's $4. I don't know. Never had it. Cheese. I don't need that for anything. Here's canned cranberry. Now, there was a time when my kids would ask me to get this, and I would, but so offensive because I make the best cranberry sauce ever. And I will tell you how to do that. Okay, here we go. Cranberries. This is honestly the simplest thing in the world right here to impress people. You buy a bag of cranberries, or if it's cute in one of these things, great. But I'm telling you, they're usually in a bag. And you get, first of all, you have to go find a beautiful clear crystal bowl with cut glass that looks beautiful. If you find that bowl, you're halfway to this, okay? You get that bowl, you get these cranberries, and first you kind of rinse them off and go through and make sure there are no stems or any that look really white. You want them to be red. And then you put them in, I think it's a cup of water with a cup of sugar and the cranberries, and you boil it until they all kind of start popping, and you can take your spoon and kind of smash them. And then you just kind of let it sit there boiling till they've all popped and everything. I forget how long, it's probably half an hour or something. You kind of let it boil. And then just let it sit until it cools off. And then put it in your glass bowl once it's cool and cover it and put it in your refrigerator. And the next day, when it's Thanksgiving, so you have this all done beforehand, you pull it out, and people will go, oh my gosh, I must have the recipe. And you say, no, it's secret, totally secret. But I'm telling you, it looks beautiful. It tastes delicious. All it is sugar, water, and cranberries. I can't tell you how many times I've brought that places and people ask me for a recipe. I'm like, it's on the bag. It's on the bag. But for leftovers, maybe you get some of this because your cranberries can all be eaten. But actually, I wouldn't get this. I have a better choice from if you have a Trader Joe's. Okay. What else do we need? I think I have pecans, so I don't think I need those. Mac and cheese. Wait a minute. I don't serve mac and cheese with Thanksgiving dinner. But if you're a person who likes to, but you don't want to spend the time making it and you find it's never as good when you make it, go get the Stouffer's family size mac and cheese. It tastes delicious. It's totally great. Pop it in the oven, cook it till it's hot, and then very carefully, because it'll be hot, move it into a nice looking casserole, throw a little bit of cheese on there, and bake it some more. It's delicious. It's delicious. And no one will ever question it. And you could add some green chilies if you want to be fancy. Maybe I'll grab a little hummus just for the daytime. But that's, whatever. For snacks, hummus and cheeses. All right. So, I gotta write down. I do need to get cranberries. But I think I have sugar. I'm pretty sure I have some water. I'm pretty sure I do. Okay. Oh, sorry guys, I knocked the thing. Oh, and rolls. I said rolls. I'm just gonna see what looks like the best deal for bread. And then for gravy, I will get a box of broth or two. Probably just some chicken broth. Gravy's easy too. So once you cook your turkey, as long as it has a skin on it, there's going to be some, fat and juice down below. And if you want, when you cook it, you can put some like garlic and onion and stuff in there. It'll give it a little more flavor. And salt and pepper your turkey breast for sure, or your turkey. But all the stuff that people do, honestly, you can just stick it in the oven and cook it. You don't really have to do the 500 steps if you don't want to or you don't have time. Like, we're always busy on Thanksgiving. We go do stuff all day, so I don't want to mess with it too much. But you can just salt and pepper that thing. Maybe get a little salt and pepper into the skin. Pop it in the oven for however long, depending on weight, how long it goes in. And cook it. And then you can take some of the juices out and pour that in for your gravy. So what I usually do for gravy, I take either olive oil or butter, some kind of fat, put it in a saucepan, and put flour in there, and basically make like a roux. So you cook it until it starts to turn a little, not copper brown, but just a little bit brown, because you don't want raw flour, you want it kind of cooked. So you do that, and then you add your broth or your juices from your turkey. Add that in, and I would do a little of both, because it's kind of nice when you get a little of the turkey, like, little bits of meat that fell off and stuff. And just take a whisk and keep whisking it. So now when you're pouring it in, that's what makes it smooth. It's when you add flour to the water, that's what will make it lumpy. So if you feel like it's too thin and you want to add more flour, you have to make what they call a slurry, where you take a little flour and a little bit of the gravy basically in a bowl and mix it till it's smooth, and then pour that in, and then it'll be smooth. Anyway, okay. So we have the turkey breast, we have the stuffing, we have our sweet potatoes with I do have to buy marshmallows. I definitely don't have those. Is it M-E or M-A? Mellow? It marshmallow. Okay. Sweet potato 2 ways, green beans with the fried onions, and green mushroom soup, cranberries, rolls, gravy. I think I have everything for gravy. I'm pretty sure I have flour. I have salt and pepper. You can add a little bit of soy sauce if you feel like it needs like a little umami. I don't know. All right, let's see what they have here. Welcome turkey arriving November 9th. I didn't see turkeys when I was there earlier this week. I don't know if they have just turkey breast. They have this turkey, this boxed turkey gravy for $1.49. I've heard it's good. I've never tried it, but I might actually buy a box just in case I need it for leftovers. So I might put Trader Joe's. I might put gravy on my list. I don't know. For $1.49, that's pretty cheap. Nuts about nuts. Try this mix. Nuts about rosemary mix. Is this me or you guys? We should do a survey. I have found in my life that men generally don't care for the taste of rosemary very much and don't like the smell of lavender. It's just my own survey. So I don't know if I'd get rosemary nuts because all of our men. Do you guys, anybody feel that way? The smell of lavender, men go, ooh, yeah. And then the taste of rosemary. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, brined bone and fully cooked half turkey breast. I don't know that I want a fully cooked one though. If they had this one says Trader Joe's brined bone and half turkey breast. That's the same. Yeah, I guess that's fully cooked. No. Mashed sweet potatoes for $2.99. Oh, mashed meal. Broccoli and cauliflower gratin. That could be good. Stuffing and orzo side by side in our refrigerator. Snack on this stuffing, cornbread stuffing, roasted cauliflower, and orzo. I just want regular stuffing. I tried making cornbread stuffing. I did it right. It wasn't for me. I don't know. Herbes de Provence potato wedges. Yum. Don't need that. Okay, cheese. Expect the unexpected in Trader Joe's cheese section. They do have a pretty good cheese section, but I actually like Aldi's cheese better. I think Aldi has great prices and really good cheese. Actually, now I'm thinking I'm going to go to Aldi. But we'll look at this Trader Joe's. But Aldi, I like Aldi. But I think their cheeses are probably the best. They're so good. They have a extra sharp cheddar at Aldi. It's a white cheddar. I think it's $2.99 for like a block. And it's delicious. Yep. Okay. Trader Joe's unexpected cheddar cheese. It's okay. I've had it. It's okay. Yeah, see. Oh, this unexpected cheddar spread. I got that. I thought we'd love it. We did not love it. I don't know what it was about it. We just didn't like it very much. I don't know. Have you guys had that? It comes in a plastic tub. It's okay. It's 1,000-day Gouda. Huh, that could be interesting. 1,000-day Gouda for $12.99 a pound every day. Aged sheep's milk cheese from Spain. I should buy something like this because my one son can't really do lactose. So he does like sheep's milk cheese. It's pretty like, what's the word? Sour? Like I'll like it if I put some fig, you buy the fig jam or fig butter or whatever they call it and put a little of that and then it kind of takes off the tangy. That's what I'd call it, tangy. Much ado about stuffing. We offer 2 different Trader Joe's stuffing mixes to help ensure your stuffing's memorable. Both versions can be prepared stuffed in the bird. No, you shouldn't do that. once upon a time, my mom stuffed a bird, and 5 people in our family got food poisoning, you guys. My husband was in the hospital. My husband and I both went to the hospital, but he was worse. It was bad. So I have not stuffed a bird since then. But that was before we knew better. Now we should know better. You can get salmonella in the stuffing, and because if it's a big enough bird, it can't heat it all the way to the core, and you can get salmonella. I mean, we had a huge bird because there was a lot of people. Anyway, in an oven, casserole, or on the stovetop. Both versions require the addition of only butter and water. Oh yeah, in the stuffing, I guess I do put a little bit of butter. I forgot to say that. Well, no, I didn't, because I cooked the apples and sausage in like butter or olive oil. So that's where the butter is. Okay. Both versions have similar seasonings, including traditional poultry spices, such as oregano and sage, along with other familiar flavors like onion, celery, garlic, and mushrooms. And finally, both versions are delicious as is or used as a stepping stone to a more complex recipe featuring your mix-in of choice. Think chicken broth, sautéed mirepoix, that's what I use, mushrooms, sausage, apples, chestnuts, fennel, dried cranberries, endive. You get the idea. I don't know. I'll have to look. Cornbread stuffing mix or gluten-free. I wonder if that's any good. My one son, I'm starting to suspect he has a gluten intolerance. He's been getting really bad cramping, like kind of high up in his abdomen. And I'm kind of thinking it might be gluten. He doesn't want that to be true. I don't know. Have any of you? At first, I thought it was stress because he went through a breakup and stuff, but now I'm starting to think it might be gluten. I don't know. All right, organic broth. I think Trader Joe's organic broth is good, and it's only $1.99, which I feel like is a pretty good value. So if I go to Trader Joe's, I'll buy broth. Look, I wrote gravy, because I was going to buy that box of gravy. Oh, okay, maybe I'll do that. And broth. But what they talk about here, this mirepoix, they have near their salad section, it's a plastic tub, like that big, of finely cut onion, carrot, and celery, which is mirepoix. And it's probably a lot pricier than buying those things individually, maybe, I don't know. But it's so convenient. So I buy that, put that in the pot with the apples and the sausage and, butter, and cook it. And I'm telling you, that smells wonderful. If you cook this with butter, it will make your house smell like heaven. And you can use this mirepoix. You cook it with a little butter or a little olive oil, and you could add it to spaghetti sauce. You could add it to soup. Oh, you can make chicken noodle soup or any kind of soup. Stuffings. It's so useful. It's just a base for so many things, and it adds flavor and nutrition. Highly recommend buying that. I buy it every time I'm there. So anyway, butter. I have some butter. I want to get a little Kerrygold butter just for the bread. I feel like Kerrygold's so good for, spreading on bread. It's kind of expensive, but it's worth it because it's delicious. All right, broth. I probably need I'm going to get 3, I think, just to be on the safe side, because then I can make more gravy if I need to. Can you believe it? Do you prefer to make your cranberry sauce from scratch? Yes. Or perhaps you fold cranberries into stuffing? Absolutely not. Or bake them into cornbread? What? Never heard of that. However you use them, you'll be delighted to learn that we offer organic cranberries during the holiday season. That is good. Starting in the spring. Although I wonder, are they on the dirty dozen? I don't know. Because they do grow like out in bogs, and they flood the bog too. Have you ever seen that? I remember watching a Martha Stewart in the 90s. And she went out to a cranberry bog, and the way they picked them, they flooded the whole field, and all the cranberries would rise to the top. And then they'd go and just net up all the cranberries. I was like, what? So maybe I'll buy my cranberries at Trader Joe's then, just because. Why not? They're organic. Okay. Yeah, our organic cranberries are $2.99. That's not a bad price either, so I'll get them there. But I have bought Trader Joe's makes a cranberry sauce in a jar, and I think the ingredients are just cranberries and sugar, and it's very, very good. So, like, if you even have less time on your hands, just get that jar, get 2 of those probably. 2 jars, and dump it in your pretty looking bowl that you already bought because I told you to. But it's really good. It's delicious, actually. I mean, this is a perfectly excellent thing. In fact, I should just get that, but I like making it. I like the way it smells in the house. Saucy staple. Maybe you're more of a sauce in the jar type. Oh, isn't that what this is about? I don't know. If so, read on, because Trader Joe's cranberry sauce is made with Michigan cranberries. I'll be honest, I didn't know Michigan grew. I know they grow them out in like Massachusetts and Maine. Anyway, boiled in small batches with their skins on, along with cane sugar and pectin, a plant-based thickener. That's the only thing with this. This is the one I was thinking of in the jar. But this pectin does make it slightly more jelly-like than like the cranberry sauce I make. Like slightly more jello-ish. You know what I mean? Just a little thicker, but it's still very good. Sweet tart sauce with a velvety texture. Yeah. I have some of this already. I bought some. In fact, we ate it last night. I made little like chicken croquettes and put cranberry sauce on them last night just because I was in the mood. Okay, what else do we need? Time to talk turkey. Do they have a turkey breast uncooked? Let's see. All natural, antibiotic-free, brined fresh young turkey for $2.49 a pound. Kosher turkey for $3.49. I'll tell you, their kosher chickens are delicious there. Organic young turkey and free range, $3.99. Yeah, they don't say anything about it, just turkey breast. Prepare the butter. Oh, they're rubbing this. So they're saying to take the butter out and let it get soft, and then mix it with packs of sage, rosemary, and thyme that they sell. And then I'm sure you're softening it and putting it under the skin of the bird. I do that sometimes just because I feel like, I should. But to be honest, I don't know if it really makes a difference. I don't know. I do think that if you're cooking a whole bird, like the whole thing, sticking like an onion and maybe an orange inside of it, or a can of soda, just something to create moisture while it cooks so that it's almost like steamed a little bit on the inside. I do think that can help keep it moist. But like most of the turkeys you buy in stores, like Butterball and what's that brand that comes in the white packaging? I can't think. Anyway, they are so loaded full of they like put all this broth and stuff into the meat to make sure it's super tender and moist. And you know what? It's fine. It's not a bad thing. It keeps it nice and tender. So you don't really need to do. Now, if you go out and buy like a fresh turkey from a farm that hasn't been, then maybe you need to do a lot of that. But I think if you're buying a regular grocery store turkey, you generally don't have to even worry about it. That's why they say like self-basting or whatever. Like people want to pull them out, and you don't even need to do that. I'm just saying, if you want to do it, easy. Okay, maple espresso black tea. What does that mean? Espresso black tea? What? Is it coffee and tea together? Per usual, you have made an excellent choice. Made with a blend of select black and herbal tea leaves, roasted chicory, which by the way is good for your gut health, natural maple flavor, and ground espresso beans. Wait, what? Maple espresso black tea is just the thing to help turn perfect autumn morning into a perfect autumn day. So it's black tea, espresso beans, chicory, and maple flavor. I gotta try it. I wish they had samples of this at the store. I would try that. I have a feeling it's one of those things like you drink once and go, yeah, that's interesting. And then it would sit in your cabinet. I don't know. And anytime they say like maple flavor, I get scared because I used to always want to get coffee with like, French vanilla or hazelnut. And then I'd get it and it was so fake tasting. I just couldn't. I don't know. I just didn't like it. So I end up, usually I'll just take my grounds, and if I want them flavored, I'll put cinnamon in the grounds or a little bit of vanilla and then run it through the machine. Apple blossoms. I know I tell Red Lobster stories all the time, but they used to have an apple blossom at Red Lobster. That was delicious. So good. It was like the crust and then apple in the middle, and then you put ice and you heat it up, and then ice cream, whipped cream, and caramel syrup. And I don't even like apple stuff. Our picture of palm-sized pastry coin purse filled with sweetened and spiced northern spy apples instead of gold. Yeah, no. All right, dried cranberries. Why? Trader Joe's dried cranberries are as moist as they can be. Oh, these are just like raisin cranberries. Yeah, I use these. Like, what are they called? What's the brand name one? I can't think of it. Anyway, yeah, I use these all the time. In fact, for the earlier part of the day of Thanksgiving, I remember now last year you take kale and you steam it just a little bit. And then you do kale, feta, pecans, and dried cranberries with sort of a balsamic glaze and olive oil and mix that up. And that's kind of a nice little snack for daytime if you're trying to not eat too much. Candy pecans, these are delicious, and I bought a bag and basically ate the whole bag. So I won't get these anymore because they're so yummy. Trader Joe's candy pecans begin as high-quality pecan halves grown in the USA. They're coated with powdered sugar, roasted with a bit of canola oil, then salted while they're still hot. Yeah. Oh, look, they have a shopping list. Pumpkin pie, maybe, yeah. Ciabatta, is that ciabatta rolls? Maybe I should get those. Beverages: autumn maple coffee, maple espresso black tea, sparkling Chardonnay, white grape juice. Cheese: thousand-tailed Gouda, aged sheep's milk, cheddar. Look, flowers and home. Advent calendar for cats, advent calendar for dogs, assorted bouquets and cut flowers. They do have really nice flowers at Trader Joe's, at least at ours they do. Red currant foaming hand soap. I saw that last time I was there. I should probably get some of that. Check. Brussels sprouts. I mean, if you want to be fancier on Thanksgiving, kind of easy is to get a bunch of Brussels sprouts and kind of cut them so that they're almost like a shred, and then put them with a little bit of like a balsamic vinegar and just sort of bake them until that's pretty yummy. Pomegranates. I love pomegranates. I think they're so beautiful and yummy, but no one else in my family will touch them. Petite carrots of many colors. Yeah, I might get a few of those just to have. Veggies and green salad I always have around. Organic pumpkin. Yeah, they have a good canned pumpkin there if you need it for anything. I don't know that I need it right now. Oh, yeah, they have this cream of portobello mushroom soup. Maybe I'll get that to kind of, level up my green bean casserole. And they do have crunchy fried onions, too. They don't say that. They should. Oh, yeah, they do. gourmet fried onion pieces. So I could really get everything I need for green bean casserole here. I could get the cranberries. I could go, oh, I forgot. Oh my gosh. The most important thing. Potatoes for mashed potatoes. What? Oh my god. I like to get the gold potatoes. I think they just taste yummy. And I find that if I sometimes I don't skin potatoes, but for Thanksgiving I do. I don't want the skins. So I skin the potatoes, and then you boil them till they're good and soft, like fork tender. So if you take a fork, it should break apart. Drain them, and you can boil the potatoes early in the day, so they're almost soft, and then right before you want them, you can just turn the heat on to heat them up to save yourself time if you're kind of like, how will I have time, and I want enough burner space, and it becomes crazy sometimes. But and then right in the pan, I just drain them and put them back in there, and I put the butter in first. And really, Kerrygold's gonna be good, and then mix it with the butter and maybe a little salt, and then start adding your milk or cream, whatever you want to do. My mom uses full cream. I use 2% milk, but and then mix it until it's so smooth and fluffy. And putting the butter in first, I think, makes it taste a little more buttery, like the potatoes pick that butter up. Anyway, I just make a basic potato for Thanksgiving. I don't add garlic. I don't screw around with it. Just butter, milk, potato, and salt. And that's it. And that's delicious. And I make a ton, and I mean a ton of potatoes, because for leftovers, you always want potatoes. Anyway, all right, so do I have everything? Mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, green bean casserole, rolls, I guess, turkey, gravy, cranberry sauce. I think that's what my family likes, so I think I have everything. And then pies of some sort, but I'm just gonna, I don't know what, I'll just pick something up somewhere. Look, 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts for $5. Who do you call a sweet potato? Organic sweet potatoes come at a pretty sweet price, $6.49 for a 5-pound bag. They have theirs 49 cents a pound, but they're not organic. But that'd be a lot. This would be a lot cheaper. So. And you're taking the skin off it anyway. So. Mini marshmallows. I don't know about Trader Joe's marshmallows. Sometimes things like that at Trader Joe's, they don't do as good a job. They don't do as good a job on junk food, I think. Tuck into this Nantucket style cranberry pie. What? Pumpkin pie always and forever. Autumn maple coffee. Does it have flavoring or is it real? A hot cup of coffee infused with natural maple flavor. I don't know what that means. Coins of the world. Organic crescent rolls. Cornbread mix. This ham is for hire. I don't know why that made my brain go, this ham is for hire. I don't know. Advent calendar for people and pets. Say cheers with sparkling white Chardonnay grape juice. I used to get that for the boys when they were little because I'd always pull out my fancy champagne flutes and give them that. Red currant foaming hand soap. For how much do they say? Nope. Thanksgiving flour power. Ooh, not a crossword. All butter puff pastry. Well, boy, if you need puff pastry, this could be interesting. I might try this year just out of curiosity for something around Christmas. Maybe I'll do a like a cheese with cranberry and then wrap it in this and bake it and see how that. Because one thing I don't like about store-bought puff pastry, they use too much, hydrogenated oils. But this says all butter, so maybe, I don't know. Pumpkin service announcement. Organic canned pumpkin, $2.49. The milk chocolate coin. I don't like milk chocolate anymore. I only like dark chocolate. I think for Christmas this might be good. I don't know if that's a good price. I don't buy meat enough. I just buy beef like maybe 3 times a year. Anyway, alright, well, I think we have a little bit of a plan anyway. I'm sure I'll walk around and think of 100 other things I need to get.